Because now we know what we're looking for with the body. Yes, right here. Fridge. Now we know what we're looking for. So that should be like 100% at this point. He's in the fridge. We got some details about him. And we know we're looking for the bullet room. Yeah, one more time thoroughly. Yes, we got the fridge. Titus mentioned the room and knows there's a bullet in there. Oh, the established probable cause, which I didn't get. Um, yep, search one more time. I swear to God, if I failed with the 3 fucking percent, I would have ended my life. The modifiers was plus 16. Oh my God, it's double. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent. Put your finger in his mouth. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track. Play with it. This feels right. The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Open your eyes and look. Rip his jaw open now. Look in. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands, and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole. Barely visible. Oh, so he got shot from the back of the neck? Back of the head? You see a hole, barely invisible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished, no larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius. The edge appeared darkened. An aberration collar. This is what we were after. Say aberration collar. I see it. Kim looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the red pages. Touch it with your finger gently. Proceed. A black trickle of liquid runs into your throat from the wound. Put your finger in it. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opened up. Tissue widened. That tissue damage widened enough for 2 fingers. As you push in, you reach through his mouth right into his brainstem. Feel around first. The basug didn't feel clumpy. The bullet has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man would never sleep again. Never wake. Push deeper. Your finger slides into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's glutinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. Cavity here, cut right between the hemispheres. The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen and paper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching towards the inside of his skull. Ew, the cavity goes further, but the entry room isn't wide enough for the rest of your hands to follow. All the muscle in your body hardened, trying to enter him. Punch a hole through his mouth. Wriggle in. Your finger reached towards his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Sharp, secreted material. The edges cut right through your skin. This must be the bullet. Ah, it's pretty cool. Fish it out. Fucking shit. I feel an 80% chance. Bullshit. You push your hand further in. The bullet keeps rolling between your fingers as you're breaking in. A little help, Lieutenant. Out comes his small folding knife. The lieutenant moves his blade across the man's skull, searching for the exit room. There. Nod towards the protrusion. Withdraw your hand 4 centimeters, please. Pull your fingers back and nod. With a crack, he punches the knife in the skull. Then one more time and one more, till the bone comes loose like an eggshell. Inside, you feel the jello move from his poking. The bullet is still under your finger. Can you push it out? Push. Cool. A fractured piece of lead, like a flower blossom from the man's head, followed by your fingers. A bullet. The lieutenant picks it up between his fingers. Unknown caliber rifle. You may remove your hand from the victim's head now, officer. Well done. Cool. Here's your prize. He drops the bullet in the evidence bag. Puts it in your hand. Your other hand, the one not covered in blood and cerebral cortex. He proceeds to take out his notebook. Looks like we need to add one more item to the injury list. Click goes the pen. Injury number 4. Overall entry wound with an aberration collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity temporal cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. He underlines the injury forcefully. How does that sound? Sounds correct. Opinion, fatal injury. This concurs with the Hardy Boy story. Click goes the pen. And one last thing, we should amend injury 3, Linger marks. Treatment is obviously the Hardy Boys tampered with it. We should have known. I had my doubts. There were no sign of struggles on his hand, no claw marks on his neck, but still. Oh, that's right, yeah, you're right. His brow furrows while his eyes glazed over. The lieutenant looks regretful for not figuring this out before. I think I need to wash myself. Oh, you really do. I'm glad to hear you say that. Your room in the rolling man should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evenings. Maybe the bullets hold more answers. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I'm certain it has more to tell. Alright, the little things could reveal as much about the weapon that shot it. What happened next? Oh, we could ask the military guy. The one who was part of the revolution. Could maybe part of like one of these guns here. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. You'll be gone? What should I do in the meanwhile? I'm working the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. Oh. Goodest of the good. And one more thing. He looks in the eye. Great work, detective. Um, After you bag the corpse, Kim will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tags and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly. Yeah, I'm gonna take those boots. I'm gonna take those boots. Also, we're gonna go talk to what's his face? The smoker guy. Ow. Alright, there's a lot of things we have to do. We have to talk to the smoker guy. Maybe he has something to say. I should put the chain cutters away because I think I'm still holding on to them. Come on. It's so far away. Like I have to go like all the way around. Alright, we're almost there. There we are. Hey yo, baby! Most people settle for bed after 21, or not long after. At night, the streets are empty. Up here. Is there something else that we can do? Oh, there you are. Roaring glow of light pollution rises from the east. Ooh. Hey, what's up, smoker guy?
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from the cigarette. His slender figure is backlit by city lights. His distant street and motorway flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight. I think it's Tuesday, isn't it? And his shirt is still unbuttoned. Yes, the cleaning lady let us in.
Beautiful.
As he looks at you, something sparkles in his
So
eyes.
tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for, yes.
Beautiful.
He says again, and nearby street lamps cast shadows on his chin, drawing out his slender
I
cheekbones.
have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you, and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Hmm. By the way, I'm really digging the view here. Point to the skyline. That's why I chose this place. He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the dark. Mauritania is special, isn't it? Wait, suddenly you're digging things? The lieutenant whispered to you, shaking his head. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday. Why would I want to meet your friend? Trust me, you do. Very well, I'll talk to him. But first, I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me. Takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighborhood windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush. Besides, I got to run. He's going to leave you again. That's sad. Then tell you you're never gonna talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again. Run where? To the city. It's a beautiful night. Only you promise that we will talk again. It's important. Something flutters in the corners of the lieutenant mouth as you're saying those words. We'll talk, the smoker reassured, just not tonight. Okay, take care, alright? Okay, I guess I can interview this guy. And he's gone. Looks like this is becoming a thing for him. He's always leaving. Why is always leaving, Kim? There's something different about him that I just can't put my finger on. Different, of course. His button is sure to... Such a good listener. I like talking to him. You like talking to him? The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back his laughter. It made me feel special. It made you feel special. Hmm. He's barely holding it together. Is all he can do from bursting out laughing. Come on, detective. Let's go. You got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember? He nods at you. Okay, cool. What are things that I can do in order to, like, open some of this shit up? No. Rhetoric. No. Volition. Empathy, no. There's a lot of physical instrument, even though mine's pretty garbage and I don't really need it. Uh, Barred door. Um, I guess at this point, I don't have anything here that I want to do, right? The date of birth generator. Magnesium, finger pistols. Some kind of superstar. Social economics. And none of these really seem intriguing to me. So I'm gonna do one of the skill points. But which one should I do? I could do perception. Hmm. No, I think I'm gonna go for... I don't know. Conceptualization, plus one learned skill, plus one from thoughts. I think I'm gonna do hand-eye coordinate. Well, actually, I think visual calculus will help us out a lot more. No, I'm gonna do hand-eye coordination actually. Revert. I'm gonna do hand-eye. Okay. The visual calculation, I can like increases myself, right? Yeah, increases myself. I think I have other clothes that can increase it too. Logic goes up by one. Esprit. Shivers, yeah. Composure. Conceptualization. Drama. Yeah, I think we're fine for now. Alright, let's go. Let's talk to this guy. And then we gotta talk to Kaleshi at 222. 2200. A quarterly business magazine. I'm gonna like snoop around, dude. You look like a businessman. This is soaked up in a pot. Governmental issues take me all over Revachol, as you can see. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. An empty ashtray. A exquisite canopy bed made of metal. There's a hat. Taking your hat. An old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. Expensive men perfumes lingers in the air, so he is, in fact, gay. Drama electrochemistry. That's what I assumed from like the conversation he says. Like it seems like he's listening to me. That option, I was like, might actually lead to a gay option that you could do in the game. Now I want to see how it goes. Logic. I like this one. This one's pretty cool. party dragon silk robe. It's funny. It doesn't really matches with what I have. I'm gonna combine it with the wife beater and see what happens. Buckets of paint on a layer old newspaper. Alright, let's talk to you.
Officers of the Revershul Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Villedron. I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sir Leclerc.
Oh, so you're the third guy, isn't right? Because Joyce said there was 3 people here. There was Joyce, who was the middleman. There was the Merc, and I think you're the third one, right?
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I'm here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
The voice actor's pretty good here. Gotta say that. I liked how you said, like, pretty good, super. Like, right, you want to get this over with. But he also knows something. He might gonna, like, distraught me. Hanging. What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things. Um, yeah, I'm gonna ask about the silk robe. Like, where the fuck you got this? It's
We
mine
got it
now.
from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business.
I mean, I assume that the
That's
materials
really
are
all I
great.
can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his finger. What? Like this? Bolts air sweep in from the balcony. Lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed. So, you actually witnessed the lynching. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. The man gives a solemn nod. He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows. Yeah. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play. What do you mean, like in a play? Said Kim. It was so strange, I could barely comprehend what was happening, said the Sunday friend. Why didn't the name change? He told me his name, right? Charles, right? Yeah, Charles. Weird. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that at first they came in, carrying what looked like a body, and then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this. The lieutenant nods to you, and that lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Thank you, I think we got the picture. Anything else stands out? Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything, and it was so dark. And that it was quiet, he said. Smoothing his hair. Quiet lynching I ever heard, let alone heard. Yeah. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation the man in Rivershaw serving in the RCM is well deserved. It's true. Alright, so what's an official like you doing in Maritanese? The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. He raises an index finger. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversights. A fuck is screaming outside? Is that a snail? What is that? Oh no, that's something else. Um. Okay, what are you doing here in this apartment? Yeah, what are you doing here in this apartment? Oh, well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. He smiled. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. So you're some kind of bureaucrat. As said before, I'm the commissioner of Sir Leclerc, working for the Institute of Price Stability. He glances at his watch. This is one of the main projects of the Merlintern. What is the international community? La Communauté Internationale is what Rollo Scholien colloquially called the coalition. In other words, the nation that stopped the disaster of the revolution. What is the imprestability? It is the most important thing. That doesn't tell me absolutely shite. Is the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price's stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high level of employment, which is essentially for maintaining the social stability. Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change. Precisamente. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. Okay. I understand 2%. But not too far below, no. Too far below is also bad, few, but close to 2%. You're not answering my questions at all. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? Sure, I'll take one. A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the reason deter of the moral lantern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. Pats his pockets, but oh, I don't have any leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Make information available as part of the moral lantern's commitment to transparency. I heard about this organization before. It's an organization for moralists, hence Moralists International. The Institute of Price Stability is just it's different now. It's just one of the many kinds of many babies, as is the coalition. So what I'm hearing, turn to Kim, is that we're moral tyranny's bitches. Doing one's job doesn't automatically make anyone's bitches. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than moral lantern. Are you a moralist, Thomas? But of course, am I a moralist? Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by a democratic value? But what is a normal, stable? Yeah, people have different perspective or different meanings for a normal, stable world. People think like an authoritarian world is a normal, stable world. People think having so much liberty is a normal, stable world. So, but what is? Yeah, that's my question. The Occident is part of the normal world, or Orhindye. Sir Lachlef. Mauritania doesn't seem very normal or stable to me. Mauritanies? No, Mauritanies is something else. What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world? Revachol is generally difficult. It is led by an interim government, which means it hasn't fully achieved democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. He gives you an approving nod. Alright. The four choices. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism is ideology of foreign occupier. Revachol should be governed by revolutionaries. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. Like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? That's funny. That's really funny. I have a bunch of breadcrumbs here. Hold up. Let me clean my breadcrumbs real quick. I just looked down and realized I have a bunch of breadcrumbs. Alright. Um. That's really funny. That's a really good joke. This game has real good jokes. Um. I don't know. I mean, I don't like it. None of the above is that moralism. Yeah, I don't like any of them too much. I don't think it's a sham. It can be a sham, but I don't think its core meaning is a sham. You get what I mean? It can be a sham if it's led in the wrong way or in a corrupted way. That's what, yeah, it can be. I don't really agree to that extent. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I don't really agree. I'm gonna say, I like the fourth options. Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer? Yes, everything else seems super extreme. It's like I got an achievement. I didn't realize that. Um, it's like I'm living with a bunch of lunatics. Sometimes, yeah. Sounds like you're a moralist indeed. Well, I guess I'm a moralist. My friend, welcome. All right. Moralism is all about compromise. Achieving the achievable is problematic, realistic, level-headed, and ideology is for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? No, of course I am. Looks like you are. You are. Cool. Tell me about Selaclef. What is there to say? Selaclef is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high in the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of IPIS. I don't know what that is. Moreover, it's a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Herbishaw is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and shares. Darlings. That can be an official designation. That's nice of him. Because this great percentage of Herbishaw culture hails from Sur le Clef. Its language, its people, its cuisine, or at least in the downtown La Delta area. Jamrock and other parts of the international zone has been mercifully spared of Sur la Clef love for meatballs and mashed potatoes. Alright, tell me about Ordenhie. It's an exemplary nation who, as a core of EPIS, contributes 28 of our annual budget. Next to Sur la Clef, Ordenhie is probably the most prominent member of the international community. Which one of those are more IPIS? As founding members, they are both IPIS. Ordenhie carries a lot of political weight, while Sur la Clef takes care of the business side of things. Sur la Clef hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institution. Okay, what is Ordenhie? And the economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successful transition from heavy industries to advanced services, and generally acts as an engine for a sustainable exchange in the international community. But that doesn't tell you anything about it. Okay, can you just talk like a normal person about what? About Ordenhie? Just tell me what it's like there. Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. The streets are clean. The horse cars runs on time. The people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example of less emerging nations to follow. Okay. Maybe he knows about Orhenhie's mercenaries. Maybe he does. The man who was lynched outside your window was from Orhenhie. Oh, that's unusual. The Orhenhies aren't not the kind of people you associate with heinous crimes. It's such an upstanding and responsible country. Yeah, that's what all I wanted to say. That's not how I would describe this guy. Or suddenly one cannot rely simply on generalization. That would go against our commitment to individual freedom. Sure, I agree on that. And of course, any loss of life is a tragedy. The man seems to observe a moment of silence. So tell me, what have you learned about the victim? I'll give you a name. Sure. Let's go some back and forth here. A man cut down his prime earning years. Lily wasn't his real name. It was a nomine de grue. Ah, he was a soldier, a mercenary. I condirituri, the man says, as though describing a character from a fantasy novel. Yes, it's hard to believe they still exist. He liked to get high and tell and bragged about war crimes he committed. Extremely distasteful behavior. I cannot condone either drug use or needless boasting. Suffice to say, this is not how we do things in Karlaclef. We support kids before the Orleanian government put him in an elementary academy. Man nods. It's the responsibility of any good welfare state to take care of its most unfortunate citizen. Yeah, they turned him into a psychopathic killing machine. They gave him a successful career. If you call what this was a successful career, then I don't know what the fuck are you on about, dude. And the man holds up a finger as though he's made a brilliant point. After he was discharged from the military, he joined a mercenary alpha named Colonel. This is extremely unfortunate. Yes, it is regrettable that this practice has a history in certain Occidental nations, even highly advanced members of EPIS. But rest assured, the Orhanese government has committed to producing a timetable that would lay out a path to transitioning to a professional army. Then there would be no need for a mercenary like this poor man. What kind of timetable were we talking about? Oh. Oh, it's hard to put an exact date on it. It believes, like, my nose is clogged up. Sorry. Um, it's hard to put an exact date on it. I believe the proposal for the timetable is due to be completed around 60 or... That's like a decade from now. Yeah, we're in the 50s. And the man nods. See, that's the kind of progress that can be made when the moratorium makes possible. Fucking 10 years? He killed a lot of people, and the same we need to advance Orhan's business interest. The man shakes his head solemnly. A great shame, yes. Colonization is a dark spectre in Orhan's past. Who's talking about the past? It's still going on. Which is why the work of Merle Lintern is so critical. It is our great bulwark against another century of bloodshed. This is going to keep on going, isn't it? That's who he was. The loss of Indian life is terrible, no matter who the person may have been. You're just a fucking prick politician. I do hope you're able to bring his killer or killers to justice. We must show the rule of law still applies, even in Revachol. You tell me about your friend. My friend? My friend is a good man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and his life has not been easy on him for him. We understand the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that matters. How did you become friends? How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulidin Isla. Oil platforms ablaze in the night. Civil war lasting for years. Finally, the international community is forced to step in. What are you talking about? No one became friends that way. On the contrary, it's how millions of people end up where they are. Meaning the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too. What? What a sick view. So he's saying bad things happening. So the bad things in the war was a good thing because you made friends. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Um, the fuck are you on about? What's Kedra? Kedra is a candidate member of IPIS. Between you and me, the potential members is more contentious issue. What do you mean? That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiation. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's been 30 years and it's been pending ever since. But that doesn't tell me anything about. Okay, what's this EPIS thing you keep talking about? EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Lantern to support certain Occidental nations. It begins as a unified system of weights and measures, which proves to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the guys can see. So you just... Oh, it began as a unifying system of weight and measure. Okay. So what does it do now? Yes, standardization, the backbone of rationality and commerce. It was such a wide success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel, and another success. Between you and me, the Morton leader feels emboldened by this success, emboldened to take EPIS in the next level. What's on the next level? Oh, what does it stand for? Well, it stands for Progress State. You motherfucker. No, what the letter stand for? It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it on to the next level. Why is he ignoring me? A supernatural political alliance, the United States of Occident. I was thinking like it sounds very American. I see, you fucking Polish. I think they're Polish. Who made this game? Were they Polish? I want to say they were Polish, but I want to make sure I'm correct before I become a racist. Disco. Elysium. Made by Zaum. That doesn't tell me shit. Um, okay, maybe the designer. The designer is does not tell me Estonia. Where the fuck is Estonia? Um, Northern Europe, so like around that area, basically. Okay, yeah, right below. I think that's Sweden. Za Zaum Studio. About us, let's see. Let's see where they are actually from. I don't think it would tell us anywhere. Follow us. I think I follow them on Twitter anyways. Twitter. See what Twitter leads me to. It says London, England. Uh, I, I don't think the developers are English. Who knows? Okay, whatever. Um, is it going to be like this place here? You mean Rebel Shot? No. Is it going to have transparent democracy? Just add in the word transparent doesn't. Hmm. Okay. Is Rebel Shot going to be part of the EPIS? It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. Except that candidate members never become full members, do they? So it is like America with Puerto Rico. What kind of shenanigan is this? Didn't you say the candidate members never become full members? No, candidate members do become members. Why do they even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time, time evaluation. That's how I like to imagine that's what he said. He's like, he said that all the, like really fast. Just to confuse you a little bit. But we're talking about my friend here, not politics. You fucking piece of shit. You still haven't told me who he is. Sorry, who? Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We're just talking about him. But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man. Bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. Is a cornerstone of our civilization. Fine, but what's his real name? Officer, you have to understand I can't give you his personal information. It's just his fucking name, dude. Just tell me who he. You can't even give me a fake name. Just give me a name. You don't even have to give me a real one. You're not being straightforward with me here anyway, so like you give me a fucking fake name for all I fucking care at this point, dude. How am I supposed to fucking trust you? I hate fuck you. That's all I gotta say. Sunday friend, my ass. I need to turn on the light because the fucking sun is gone now. The chair's running away from me. Fuck you, Charles. Officer, you had to understand. I can't. Okay, whatever. So all you can tell me is that he's here to study the arts. Study arts where? There is no fucking school here. What are you on about? What is this? Oh, it's a chip. Wait. I got chocolate on my table now. Shit. Shit. He deeply diminished in the study of the fine arts. Which arts? He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? That's not... I mean, I guess. Clearly you don't understand anything about art. So you don't know anything about him. Who are you? I'm just enjoying the view. What view? Is dark outside. Listen, he says, raising his hand. A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment. Someone's baby is crying. No, listen, he said, looking outside. The Insolence Bay. What about it? This place used to be a luxury. Accommodation before the revolution. Apartment, of course, were much bigger than. Few walls have been added here and there, leaving some tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. The million real view stays. You can't take that away. He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you see him around. He's a busy bee. A busy bee. What an odd choice of words. I had something else in mind. That's all. You've been of no help, and I fucking hated talking to you. Fuck you, dude. Oh, I have this fucking backwards. I mean, upside down. Here we go. I have this wrap better now. Do you have anything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. Hold on, why can't we talk later? It's against diplomatic best practice for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. He paused, and I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I shall be leaving too. That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in this position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night. Okay. I just want to take a look around the apartment. Sure, go ahead. Let me know if you have any further questions. Kim, how do you feel about all this fucking prick? I feel like there is nothing here. And nothing else to talk about.
Was there anything else?
No, I talked to like literally everything I can about for you. I hated you. You won't tell me shit. Even if you won't even fucking lie. It's just like a politician. Like I could tell you're just saying shit and not really meaning it. Like it's not hard to like see that. Piece of shit. Fucking hate him.